would like to invite you to just soak in the sound of the earth. As I activate Chiron, the archetype of the wounded healer, I invite all of you to look deep within yourselves and to let go of the wounding that you may experience or feel. Sound is the key to many cosmologies of the Earth's creation. According to Hindu myths, all was dark, quiet, and mysterious in the womb of the universe until the first sounds emerged, and the sound was Om. The Australian Aboriginal cultures believe the Earth was sounded into existence through the didgeridoo. And the ancient ones followed the sound of the flute through the canyons of the Southwest until they arrived to proliferate the great civilization at its Chicoan base. The Hawaiian song of creation, the Kumalipu, is expressed and received through chanting. In Japan, the sun goddess retreated into a cave, and there was darkness and stillness and no life upon earth. When the first sounds emerged from the fringes, she came out of the cave and life was brought into existence. Indonesian cosmology proclaims the story of the giant gong created by the god of gods. When struck, it became the bridge between the creator and the created. Cross-culturally, contained within every cosmology and every mythology, sound is a bridge, the carrier wave between the world of the spirit and the people of the earth. Returning art and spirit to medicine is one of the missions of the Acutonics Institute of Integrative Medicine. We train healthcare practitioners around the globe in an energy-based treatment that incorporates the use of sound tools such as tuning forks, the gongs, which you've heard, and chimes, and we train healthcare practitioners around the world to work with these tools. Acutonics is rooted in Taoism, Chinese medicine, psychology, and science. Our institute, located in the Penasco Valley, is celebrating its 20th anniversary, but it was 1998, the year it rained 128 consecutive days in Seattle, that we made the choice to move to New Mexico. And we love it. We are very blessed to live on 35 acres, and we never considered what it would be like to run a business in a rural community, but we persevered. And we don't regret our decision and feel so blessed to be here, where we teach, conduct research, and grow our own food. And sound, vibration, plays a role in everything that we do. Everything in the universe vibrates, from the smallest particles to the planets in our solar system. At every level, cosmic, biological, and molecular. All of life is governed by complex cycles and rhythms that interrelate and affect one another. So as our heart beats and our lungs regulate the breath, our organs are working in mutual support and resonance to each other. And when all of the body's systems coexist in harmony, the person is in good health. But when the body is out of balance, yin and yang are not in right relationship, or when qi is stagnant, the energy pathways of the body are unable to flow freely. And as a result, disease may arise from the blockages or imbalances in the body's energetic systems. So let's begin with a really simple example. How many of you use music to change your mood? Right. At the gym, what kind of music do you listen to? Rock. You want to keep going, you want to keep moving. But if you're trying to go to sleep or settle down for the evening, what might you listen to? Manana music, classical music, something that's going to settle your nervous system. Has music ever made you cry? Right? So we feel on a really deep level how music can invoke really powerful emotions within us, both positive and negative. And we see music and sound being used in hospitals and clinics around the world. So Tibetan bowls have been used with cancer patients to help center them and calm their spirit. We work with hospice providers who are using the tuning forks to treat people as they are getting ready to transition, and to treat family members to help settle and calm their nervous system. And we have 20 years of documented case studies that speak to the efficacy of the use of sound vibration on acupuncture points. My partner, Donna Kerry, is a licensed acupuncturist, and she began research and development in 1996 while serving as clinical dean at an acupuncture college in Seattle. She was responsible for 14 community clinics that serve very diverse health needs. So from HIV/AIDS to pediatrics, refugees, trauma survivors, and children. Donna was seeking a non-invasive approach that would deliver the benefits of acupuncture, but without or in conjunction with acupuncture needles. And she knew on a really deep intuitive level that working with the sounds, the frequencies of the earth, moon, sun, and planets, and applying those sounds to the meridians and acupoints would help to accelerate individual healing. Because in her mind, she could see how we are disconnected from the cycles, the natural cycles of the world. And if we could reconnect to the natural cycles and really embrace mind, body, and spirit as one, not separate entities, that it would support patients through all phases of life. My background is in senior leadership in the corporate world, and I had such a horrific work experience at one point that I was really critically ill as a result. Talk about stress causing illness. And I was brought to Donna, and I had one treatment with acupuncture and tuning forks and gongs. She was working with gongs from very early on. And from that treatment, nothing was the same for me. I had really severe asthma, and I was able to toss out my inhaler, and I haven't used one in 20 years. And so there was something that shifted significantly for me. And I have been really privileged to see the ways that sound vibration accelerates deep healing. And we're embracing both ancient wisdom traditions and new paradigms in health and wellness. And we remain firmly rooted in science and strongly supported by case study documentation and research. And I just want to talk for a minute about this concept of the macrocosm and the microcosm. Because at the foundation of Chinese medicine and acutonics is a basic understanding of the relationship between the macrocosm, the universe, and the microcosm, humanity. And just as the earth has grid lines, meridians, and waterways, so does the human body. And so if we think of these pathways in the body as rivers of energy, so it's really not unlike our acequias here in northern New Mexico, where we open portals or gates to allow water to nourish the land. You can apply the very same metaphor to the physical body. There are rivers of energy, the meridians, and there are gates or points, and you adjust them either through acupuncture needles or, in our case, through sound vibration. And this guides energy to the body's systems. And one of the things I love about acupuncture points, and we talk about point poetics in our training, is that if you look at their name and you hear what the name of the point is, like Kidney 1, Gushing Spring, it gives you a key to how you would use that point, because that is on the sole of the foot. And think about a spring rising up and nourishing the entire body. So let's use an example when I talk about archetypes of what we work with. So the tuning forks are scientifically calculated to represent the frequency of the planets. And planets provide correspondences on a physiological and emotional level. Correspondences were the basis for the development of the earliest forms of medicine in the West. In Acutonics, we deepen our understanding of these forces through an exploration of the science, mythology, correspondences, and archetypes for each planet. Well, think about an archetype as an elemental force which plays a vital role in the creation of the world and in the human mind. These patterns and images exist in every culture and period in human history. If we have the courage to seek the source to which our story, our personal account belongs, we begin to discover more impersonal and universal patterns to let go of the limited stories that restrain us from living to our full potential. So who's Mars, right? Mars in mythology is the Greek god of war, the headstrong warrior, very young, and he goes right out into battle. Associated with head, muscles, the inflammatory response, and it also relates to the adrenals, blood, building red blood cells, and iron. In treatment, the way we might work with Mars is to apply it to Mars, stomach 36, which is an immune point, so it's going to boost the immune system. Or we might use it on kidney 3, Great Ravine, to support the adrenals, and so many of us suffer from adrenal fatigue in our stress-filled world. Another aspect of this work is water. Water is an important key to understand the efficacy of sound vibration. It's our most vital resource, and we exist primarily as water, from our cerebral spinal fluid to our cells, organs, muscles, bones, and brain. And sound travels 4 times faster in water than in air, which makes us the perfect resonator for sound. One example where we see immediate results is in the treatment of stress and PTSD, which profoundly affects both the physical and emotional body. My doctoral research investigated the use of acutonics to relieve symptoms of secondary traumatic stress in nurses. And study participants came from a level 1 trauma hospital and a large regional military hospital and medical center. Participants were taught a basic acupoint protocol and instructed in how to apply the forks. They completed the protocol twice per week for a minimum of 15 minutes each time. 15 minutes twice per week. And at the conclusion of the study, 100% of participants reported a reduction in anxiety. 71% spoke of feeling more centered, more grounded, and having an increased ability to focus. 86% reported a reduction in anger or frustration. And from recorded interviews and participant journals, their subjective experiences were documented. Participants said, "I experienced a sense of grounded well-being, an overwhelming feeling of wholeness. I feel like I can breathe and concentrate. Because my mind it was like I took a hammer and shattered a mirror, and all the pieces were there, but they were all over the place. The forks put the pieces back together." Another area where we're having tremendous results is working with children. And Acutonics has been used to treat asthma, digestive disturbances, ADHD, and autism. And because the tools we work with are the tuning forks are portable and durable, our practitioners are taking them to remote parts of the world to treat trauma victims and to train local healthcare practitioners in some of the most remote parts of the world. And I think this is the work that I'm most proud of. Rachel Irwin, a trauma recovery specialist and EMDR trainer, went to Rwanda to work with a team serving genocide survivors on the border of the Congo who struggle with severe PTSD. And Rachel and her interpreter, a nursing student, used the self-care protocol developed for my doctoral research. And she reported that under extremely challenging conditions, they could clearly clear their energetic field. And one of the things that Rachel said to me was, in addition to our ability to ground clients before starting EMDR reprocessing, we would place a Tibetan bowl at their feet and use the Om Unison forks on kidney 1. The act felt like we were washing their feet. It was a holy and humble aspect to our work. The addition of Acutonics helped ground and stabilize our clients and ourselves in one of the darkest places on earth. Acutonics is also incorporated into the work of the Wu Project, a not-for-profit organization that brings safe and effective Chinese traditional healthcare to underserved communities in impoverished remote rural communities. And severe trauma is addressed by teaching local healthcare practitioners simple treatment techniques. Alicia Villamaran, the co-founder for the Wu Project, said even just listening to the Om tones, people would close their eyes, take a deep breath, let down their guard, and you could see them relax and go to a place of peace. The other beautiful aspect of this work is its ability to educate people in simple self-care sound protocols to relieve stress, digestive disturbances, and improve sleep. Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet, said that sound would be the medicine of the future. And the future is now. When we hear, truly hear, at a deep cellular level, it has the power to lead us to remembrance, to unified vision, to harmonic revelation, and transformational healing of the individual and the planet. Sound has the power to heal our wounds, ignite our spirit, and reunite us with the divine harmonies and rhythms of the universe. Thank you.